guys, it's your girl T. So I want to come out here and talk about the whole Yandy and Mendeecees situation, honey. So news broke the other day that Mendeecees received 8 years in prison. He was initially looking at a 40-year sentence for drug trafficking. This man was like one of the drug kingpins in New York. He was moving heavyweight. So he's really lucky that all he got was 8 years. Since then, Yandy has spoken out about this situation. Mendeecees has also spoken out about his sentencing as well. I want you guys to go ahead and check out their tweets and what they had to say about his sentencing. Check this out and I'm gonna come back with the rest of my commentary. All right, so you guys just saw what they had to say, and a lot of folks want to know my opinion on the situation. As you guys know, at the Million Man March, I got a chance to meet with Yandy and chop it up with her and Mendeecees, and they were both really cool, really down to earth. Yandy put a lot into trying to promote the event and everything else. You know, when I first initially heard this, I did feel bad for them. You know, anytime I hear of anybody getting locked up and doing that much time, I do feel bad. But at the end of the day, you know, they kind of knew what it was. You know, this man had been moving weight initially before they ever got on Love and Hip Hop New York, before any of the children were ever born. So they both went into this situation knowing that he had all this time hanging over his head and that he could spend a lot of time away from their children. So to me, I can't feel too bad for them because these were their decisions to bring children into the world and everything else into this situation. But I do feel bad for them as a family because now you have Yandy's 2 children and Mendeecees' other children who are going to be missing him for the next 8 years. And from what I see, he is a good father. He is a part of these children's lives. So the whole situation is really sad. But, you know, again, this just goes to show you that there are consequences for your action. And when you choose to do things like sell drugs, these are some of the consequences. This is the real effect of what can happen. You know, 9 times out of 10, most drug dealers do not make it to be these huge kingpins who are able to retire off of their drug money. Either they end up dead or they end up in prison. You know, so he's very lucky that all he got was the 8 years and not the 40 that the state was initially seeking. Plus all the money that he's made from appearances and from Love and Hip Hop New York. All that money has been going to the government. So the whole situation is a mess. But I know for a fact that Yandy will be there for Mendeecees while he does these 8 years. I'm sure Yandy will be there every weekend or, you know, whenever she can get up there and go visit with the children so that way they can see their father. But it is sad that these were the consequences of his actions. But again, he did get out pretty good for only getting 8 years because as we know, a lot of people who may not have the money for a good lawyer, an attorney, a lot of folks would have easily gotten 30 to 40 years. So for him to get 8 years is a really good deal, you know. But again, like I said, I just hope people take Mendeecees' words and everything that he said to not follow in his footsteps and to stay on the right track, because when it comes to us committing crimes, when it comes to us selling drugs and getting arrested for certain things, there's barely any leeway with people of color. You know, like I talked about a few weeks ago, the white girl who was like a huge, you know, drug trafficker. She was moving heavyweight and they called her adorable. And from what I'm hearing, her father is also a DEA member. So it's very interesting how one case is being dealt with versus the other. Very interesting how they chose to deal with the white girl who was a drug kingpin as opposed to black people who end up in the same situation with selling drugs and moving weight. So let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. All right, deuces. Hey you guys, it's your girl T. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share my videos. You can also visit lovelyt.com to purchase any merchandise. Also, don't forget to click the boxes down below to watch any of my previous videos. Talk to y'all later. Deuces.